I'm loose. Alexo. Ether. I'm Lusandros. Alexander. Ethereum. Sherry Campos. Living my best life, blessed and grateful. All praise be to the Holy Trinity. Amen. Hallelujah. God bless you all. Yo, good morning, blesseds. Yo, so you might be looking at me and thinking I'm a rookie in this game, but no, this be my second account, boy. Why is this my second? Because my Google accounts were stolen. But I was one time way up top, bro. I was getting there. Oh no, on which one? Let's see. I'm gonna be going over balance changes I would love to see. I think I hit Grand. I think. Actually, maybe I'm wrong. I definitely hit Masters 3. I think I hit Champion. I want to say I hit Champion on my old account, but I was definitely at least Masters 3. I like to think I was in Champion, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, yo, so this is my deck I'm rocking right now. This is my main deck as of right now, close to getting 2 Evos. Anyway, so some balance changes I would like to see. In order to perfect Clash Royale from a 5-star, bringing up to a 10 out of 5-star game. I'm talking about 0.5 elixir costs and evolution cycles reducing after the first play. Really contemplate these ideas as you follow along with me here in this video. Think about it. It's perfect. Oh, so first off, I want to rework for the heal spirit. Why? I think it's stupid, dude. It jumps into enemies, what? And does a little heal burst. I'm sorry, but this card should jump into a damaged teammate, and that damaged teammate should probably get a boosted overheal while everyone in the area gets a heal. And maybe that heal should be an overheal for everyone in the area if they're already at full health, because this card is not good. But I'm telling you, with those changes, overheal on one and or both, and if it's too good, maybe make it cost 1.5. And yes, Clash Royale, I love you. You guys are a 5-star game, but it could be a 10 out of 5-star game if you just introduce 0.5s. This would really balance the game. 0.5s is what you're missing. So, above the heal spirit is my first order, my first decree. And if it's too strong, making cost 1.5 is not a problem. Alright. Now, I don't use spirits too much to be able to weigh in on the rest of the spirits, but the heal spirit is weak. Is the weakest one in my opinion. Right, and with the 0.5s, if the fire spirit really is not that good, maybe make it cost 0.5. Just a thought. I don't use them enough to weigh in on those, but I have tried heal spirit, as I used to use the heal spell too. Maybe the goblin spirit throwers could cost 1.5. Blessing balance changes. Electro Spirit is my most used spirit that I've played. Big fan of 0.5. So the next balance changes that I be suggesting. Honorable mention, if the sus bush is not good enough, maybe make it cost 1.5. But it's pretty fun. I like the hammer time. Then with the rune buff's the rune giant buff's pretty interesting. Goblin Curse goes hard. Alright. So my blessing balance changes. Alright, Firecracker. Too good. She's broken. She's used so much. But I'm gonna say slightly broken. I would say the fix, just make her cost 3.5. This 0.5 extra elixir on her will be all that's needed to balance her, in my opinion. People won't be able to stack her so much so easily because she costs just ever so slightly more. So that would fix Firecracker. Make her cost 3.5. Okay? Next up, I got the Princess. The Princess needs a buff. Make her cost 2.5. Take her down a 0.5. I think that would go so hard. If she cost 2.5, that would be a huge buff for her. I think it'd be pretty strong, pretty strong. I really want to use the Magic Archer and the Battle Healer in my life. I can't wait for the Evos. Evolutions. Evolutions. Alright. If Miner sucks, maybe make him cost 2.5. If he's not good enough at 3, maybe make him cost 2.5. Maybe that's just what he needs. Right? Just a 0.5 reduction in elixir cost. I'm telling you, it will fix this balance, the balancing in this game. Because the next one, I don't know, people might not be a fan of this one. This card is very strong. Very strong. And that's the P.E.K.K.A. This card needs to cost 7.5, dude. If you double the mini P.E.K.K.A, it costs 8. And that's one more than the P.E.K.K.A, which means the P.E.K.K.A costs less than a doubled mini P.E.K.K.As. So I personally believe the P.E.K.K.A should cost 7.5 to balance it. Because it's so strong. It's so solido. It's so solido. It needs a 0.5 increase. Alright. Blessing balance changes. For the elites, I would like a rework personally. I think 5 or 6 would be fine, but for the cost. But personally, my rework, I think these should be unit killers. I think they should have increased damage versus units, and I think they should have decreased damage versus towers, or just a solid base damage with an increased damage on units, so it becomes a unit murderer. However, it doesn't destroy towers like crazy on its own. But if elite barbarians just deleted troops, if he had more attack on units than against champions, it would be murdering things. And that would be its niche of the rework that I would give it, personally. God's perfect. I used to run him on my old main deck. But another time, another topic. Blessing balance changes. I think I went over all of them that I've been thinking of recently. I do believe. I do declare. Maybe a little buff for box. Oh, I do have some more blessing balance changes actually. Other than some kind of little buff for bars would go hard. But yeah, what would that be? Should they just be raged all the time? Or should they start raged? When you spawn in, maybe they should start raged since it says the last 3 seconds. Maybe they just start raged. Maybe that's a slight buff they need. And then when they start hitting, they get raged again, of course. They're really fun. But they're not that good. By the power of Greystone! Have them start buff. Have them start rage. That'll be amazing. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to go over are my balance changes or evos and how I think evos should work or be buffed. You see how the bomber's 2 cycles? I think that's great for the first spawn. But after he spawns, I think from then on it should only be a 1 cycle. I think this should really buff the Evo Bomber. And if you think that's too strong for the Evo Bomber, then I think we should at least have that for the spells. Because look at this Evo Snowball. 2 cycles. That's fine for the first one. But then after that, it should be every cycle. It should be down to 1 after you spawn the first one, in my opinion. Same with, which it pains me, the double zap. There should be a triple zap. Same with the double zap. Oh man, it really should be a triple zap. I loved it as a triple zap. But anyway, same with the double zap. 2 cycle, that's fine for the first play. But then after you get the Evo, it should then change for the rest of the match to 1 cycle. So it should be 2 for the first and then 1 for the rest. For the spells, same with the Ice Spirit. Probably same for the Ice Spirit. Yeah, so after you get 1, it goes down the 1 cycle. I'm not sure about the skeletons. I did used to use them. No, I think it's too strong for the skellies. I think it's just 1. Yeah, I think so. Skellies had that death touch. They're so good. But I used to run in with Monk. So with the Monk block, yeah. Skellies, I think, are fine. I just think the spells, above all else, should be the ones that get reduced to 1 after their cycle comes out. Maybe bats should get reduced to 1 after you get their evo. Maybe. But definitely the snowball, the zap, the ice spirit, definitely those should be. But yeah, maybe if they want to buff things, I would give it the bomber also that after his evo 1 cycles and the bats. But at the very least, give these spells some love and this ice spirit some love. They can use it. And wall breakers, I think the same thing. Well, okay, there's an option here. Options actually. One option is you buff this by making after the first Evo play, then it becomes a 1 cycle the rest of the game. Or you see how they're on barrels? Imagine if those barrels squashed whatever they're rolling over, right? Like if there's a bunch of skellies, if they get rolled over by these barrels. That would be a different buff direction, and that would mean it would stay at 2 cycles. But either one of those buffs I really like for this card because it could use a buff. Maybe both those buffs if Wall Breakers really needs it. I think Solido. 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 Yeah, I think the rest of these are going to be Solido. At 2 cycle, right? They're pretty strong. Okay, this one, maybe if they want to have a lot of fun, maybe after the 2 cycle, it becomes a 1 cycle. Or maybe this one becomes a every other. So it becomes a 2 cycle, then a 1 cycle, then a 2 cycle, then a 1 cycle. But that might be too crazy since these matches are short. So it might just have to be reduced to a 1 cycle after the 2 cycle. So you play 2, you play Evo, and then for the rest of the match, it's a 1 cycle. I think that would go pretty hard for the Evo Musketeer. For the mortar, I would like that as well. So it starts off as a 2 cycle, but then for the rest of the match, it would be a 1 cycle. like how the barbs are a 1 cycle. It's just after, yeah. After the 2 cycle, make the Tesla Tower a 1 cycle, baby, for the rest of the match. Tesla, this is another one I think I would like to see it. After 2 plays for the rest of the match, it should be a 1 cycle. Goblin Drill, I think the same thing. You think? I think so. After 2 plays, right, you got your Evo, and then I think for the rest of the match, make it a 1 cycle. But the first one they have to play is a 2 cycle. I think this is how you balance Evos. So for cards, I think bring in the 0.5 elixir costs. And for Evos, bring in the, after the first Evo is played, now the cycle is reduced for the rest of the match. Those kind of buffs. That is how you fix the balancing in Clash Royale. You might think, who is this guy? Why should I trust him? Well, I grew up with video games. My God's gift is creativity. I went to a video game high school, B-Tech, B-Next, my senior year. And I used to want to go to Academy of Art. Hopefully one day still can. That would be amazing. For all the latest and greatest in video game design at some point in my life. But the point is that I have great creativity. I played a lot of games, and I know what I'm talking about. These are great balanced ideas that I'm throwing out here. So please use them, Supercell. I love you, Supercell. I love your games. Oh, and little extra idea for your Supercell. Buy Fat Princess and or collab with them. Why? Because your game can mix with the red versus blue war on the console perfectly. And then you have this massive Capture the Princess on the console game, and you have it mix your Supercell characters, your Clash characters mixed in with the default classes of Fat Princess. That would go so hard. That's a perfect idea. Console, Supercell, Clash, Fat Princess. I'm not sure what they would call it, but that's
I went over
a
all
great
my
idea. I would love that game.
balance change. This is an amazing Evo. If you guys are outdoing yourselves, it's great. Well, I went over all my balance changes.